I'm so excited. I'm on my way to Vancouver for work. I get there and the car rental's there. Everything's going perfectly the first week. I'm just having a great time. And then on the Monday of the second week, I start to go into work and I remember the hooker on the corner telling me, you got to move your car up. She didn't tell me what the bylaw was, but just move it up so you don't get towed. And I'm like, okay, so I move the car up. And when I come out after work, my car is gone. So besides freaking out and thinking someone stole it, I look around, there's no signage, so it couldn't have been towed. And I have no idea what to do because I don't know the streets in this area, I don't know the businesses in this area, and I don't know who to contact. So eventually I call 311, tells me where my car is, asks me for the license plate of my car so that she can figure out why my car was ticketed and towed, by the way. And it turns out that I violated section, 17.b of some bylaw that says you're not allowed to park within 6 meters of an intersection, which is 18 feet, by the way. So now I'm starting to get a little frustrated because I am a visitor and I tell her I'm from out of town and I tell her that I want to deal with this now and how do I deal with it? And she says, well, you can't. There's no one you can talk to, there's no one you can see, there's nothing you can do. But if you want to fight it, you have to wait 2 to 3 months and they'll call you on the phone and you'll talk to an adjudicator who will charge you $25. The ticket will go from $60 to $150. And so you'll be paying $175 instead of the $60 because they never find in favor of anybody. So she basically said, just pay the ticket. Now I'm really getting pissed because there's no way that they didn't know we weren't visitors. So now I want somebody to explain to me why there's not a system in place for visitors to deal with a parking ticket before they leave, or even a person to talk to. So I did write to the Premier, I wrote to the Mayor. The Mayor sent me an automatic response that basically said, you know, if there's a situation here, we'll be in contact with you, and we do read all our emails. The Premier eventually did write back and say, you know what, this isn't my area, you have to go to the right municipalities. And I'm like, what do you mean this isn't your area? You're the freaking Premier of BC. You should be dealing with anything that affects your tourists. Forget about just not your area. Hello, you're the Premier. So by this time I've talked to people and I've heard that, you know, the parking people are very aggressive in Vancouver and that you're better off just paying the ticket. And I wonder why Vancouver's called a world-class city, because I've never been treated so poorly by an institution like the government regards to a parking ticket. Not that I've had any, but I was just shocked that there was no one I could talk to. Not to mention, I've been told for sure that in Winnipeg, if you're a visitor who gets a parking ticket and you show your license that you're from out of town, they'll cancel it. And I've been told the exact same thing for Ottawa. So it's funny that, Vancouver needs the money, whereas Winnipeg and Ottawa doesn't? Or Vancouver's supposed to be this world-class city, but really Winnipeg and Ottawa are? Well, yay for Winnipeg and Ottawa. Boo for Vancouver. So this is the documentation that I sent to the Premier. And this is her response. Basically, tough. This is the documentation I sent to the Mayor. And I'm still not happy, and he just doesn't care. Go back to the Premier, which to this date she still has not responded. Write to all the city councillors, because I am just peeved that the two people who are supposed to care, like the Premier and the Mayor, just really don't give a rat's ass. So then I go to the news agencies and send them this, as well as the city councillors. I did actually get a response from 3 city councillors. One who's on vacation because it was March spring break for the kids. One was going in for knee surgery, and the other one just said, I'm out of office. So I did get 3 automatic responses from 3 city councillors. Where were the other 7? Here are photos that show, look down that right-hand side. Do you see any signage that says no parking here? Look at the bottom at the sidewalk. Do you see any white paint marks that show that there's no parking there? Because I don't. You can see the sidewalk veers off to the left, but even if you were to walk straight across, we're still 4 feet in. I mean, I know you can't tell from this picture because of course the ticketing agency guy is going to take the pictures that look best in his shot so that to prove his case. But if you took a perpendicular picture, you'd notice we're nowhere near the sidewalk. And once again, I'm just showing that there's no signage on the street I parked on, but look, signage on the other street that says, don't park in front of this sign. Here you can tell we're visitors. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The rental car agency has the barcode, as you can see in the right-hand picture, and on the dashboard where the ticket was placed, by the way, you can see that we're from out of town at a hotel. This is the same street further on down, and there's signage everywhere that shows you where to park, where not to park, how to park, but nothing where I parked. There are so many different bylaws when it comes to parking in the City of Vancouver, it's absolutely insane. But one of them is you're not allowed to park on the street for more than 3 hours unless you live or work there. These two trucks showed up out of nowhere. They were parked there for 4 days and they didn't get a ticket and they didn't get towed. So it's kind of nice that, you know, you attack visitors instead of people that reside there. It's kind of nice that you decide which laws you actually want to enforce on top of that. So I'm sorry, but I am beyond peeved at this point. So basically, if you get a ticket and your car is towed, you're going to pay $200 right off the hop because there is no way you can talk to anybody. No one's going to care whether or not you've been screwed by the government, especially the government. The premier didn't give a rat's ass, and the mayor just didn't even respond, and most of the councillors don't care. So in conclusion, if you live in Vancouver, you're screwed. But however, I would like to thank the City of Vancouver for teaching me that tourists in your city have absolutely no value whatsoever.